a problem. Look at this sear that I've got right.
Okay, so here's a status update. I got the front end all tore off. You can see all the parts down there. And here is the original bulkhead with the original differential in it. I will be taking this to another location to dismantle it, tear apart the differential, and put a aluminum housing instead of this plastic housing onto it, and reassemble it in the brand new blue bulkhead that I have on the ground there. I will go to my desk to do this smaller work and be back here in a bit to reassemble. Okay, so here we are at my desk. I am going to be taking this guy right here, dismantling it, and taking the differential out. I am going to be replacing it with a metal differential. Here is the Arrma stock part number for the differential case that I will be putting on inside of this new bulkhead that I am working on for the front. So this is my project. This is what's going on, and I wanted to just say a quick thing with regards to doing any type of work on your rig. First of all, just like any job that you're going to do, the tools make the job. So I have found these real nice, really precise tips for doing work on the vehicle that have proven to be worth their weight in gold. I originally bought a cheap set off of Amazon and got them in and started wrenching on my vehicle, and found out real quick that the tips of them round out and start stripping bolts and all kinds of things, and become very problematic. They were just really cheap, you know, and not well built. So I went looking online, and these are MIP. You can look them up, MIP products. It's a MIP, 1.5 to 2.5 millimeter. Comes as a set of 3, and these bits have been just priceless to me. I did not even know about this company and was reading in the RC forums. Thank you for all the people that post in the forums and online on YouTube. You guys are a wealth of information. And found out about these and purchased some, and I have to say I am really happy with the performance of these as a tool. Another thing just to mention, today I took my vehicle out for a bash. I just recently redid the motor and stuff, and I am still quite a beginner with the sport or the fun, however you want to put it. But what happened is you have to listen to your vehicle. My vehicle started making some noises, so I brought it back home, took it apart, and as you can see on my pinion gear, I have some rounded teeth there. Apparently I did not get the gear mesh right when I put it back together, and also I did not put any, I forgot to put Loctite on the grub screw, and it backed off. It is a V5, so it does have the safety pinion, where it has a notch in it. I know it's really hard to see, but there is a notch inside the upper portion of that allows it's notched the same as the motor is. And so even with the grub screw loose and the There is also a locking washer clip, an E-clip that goes on the end of the shaft that holds the pinion gear on. So even with it being problematic, it was still running. It just, the noise it was making, it was apparent something was wrong, and apparently I did some damage to this. So I have ordered a new one, and am in waiting for that to come in. But while I'm waiting for this, I might as well do this other project. So and of course, tools make the job. I also bought myself a nice gyroscopic driver that, as you turn it, it goes the way you turn it, increases the torque. It's a DeWalt. It's really nice. It's a little bulky for this type of work, but I may dual purpose it and take it to my work, my real work, to do some of my job there as well, because it also does use a lot of this, screwing type action, and will save me a lot of time and effort doing that at work. So it really had dual purposes for me and made sense to go ahead and just buy it. So, but at this point, most of the rest of what is here, you could just as quick take out by hand. There's no real need to use a tool like this other than to just expedite it. And considering that at this point, most of this bulkhead I would consider garbage anyways, I figure there's no reason to be real, ginger with it or anything. Just dismantle it and get it apart, so I can do my work. So, but and these things can be a little snug, and a little bit of a pry and get it nice and open. One thing that I did discover is these things are just, if you look, they're just packed with grease. I don't have anything like this type of grease handy, so I do like to save these and literally scrape the grease out of these things to pack into the new bulkhead for reassembly. You'll notice here on the one side there's a shim and no shim on the other side. That's pretty standard in these assembled from the Arrma people. I know that a lot of people, say, oh, you should put more shims in and you should do this or do that. That's really a feel thing. If you've got play in it, absolutely shim it. But if it feels solid, is not rocking side to side, I don't know if I would go real aggressive trying to slam shims in there and make life difficult. So another thing I wanted to bring up is this guy right here, this attachment on the front. There's a grub screw in here that holds this whole assembly on, and I was watching videos trying to figure out how to disassemble this because I had never done it at that point. And one of the things that shocked me is the repetitive mention of people saying that, hey, this has Loctite on it, and you're going to have to torch it to get it out, and this and that, heat it up with the torch, and all of that. I have never had to heat any part of this vehicle with a torch to get a Loctited part out of the vehicle. So I don't understand why people think that's necessary. I'm sure if you use Loctite red, that would be necessary. But most of this is blue, and you should not need to torch anything that is Loctite blue. And so, like on the end of the drivetrain, on the where you attach the wheels, there's some grub screws there. I've heard a lot of people talk about torching. Don't torch those. Just get a good set of bits, get a good bite on it, and just turn them. They will come out. So, okay. Back to my mission at hand. As you can see, I pretty much have this all disassembled. I'm not going to bore you with tearing apart the differential. There's already a ton of videos online that show how to disassemble this and then put it all back together again. So if you want that information, there are videos online on YouTube. Just type in Kraton differential and I'm sure you'll find them. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video at this point and work on this differential and get it back together with the new metal casing. Okay, thank you. Talk to you soon. Well, what a mess. So I've got it completed. I've got it all put back together now. As you can see with this puppy here, it's all put back together and got the metal differential case in there. And this is the new bulkhead, and this is the way it'll look at from the front of the vehicle. So I will go and start reassembling and start the video back up when I get close to the completion, where I'm just tying everything back down to give you a look at the finished product. So this is the finished product. I still have a few parts to put on, shields, and I have to put the motor and stuff back in. But this is the rebuild after I put in the GPM front aluminum bulkhead and the new metal differential. Yeah, it's something I did all for myself, really, when you think about it. I just like the color blue and the theme of it. I did go with the hot racing aluminum bulkhead in the back, just because at the time that was easier to get. And people seem to like it more, even though all the parts come from China. So I don't know why they really prefer that so much, but they obviously do. Be honest with you, I felt like the GPM product was a little bit easier to deal with, especially the bearings seemed to fit into the cutouts a little bit better. I really had to kind of force the inside bearing into the bulkhead when I was reassembling it on the hot racing, which may eventually cause me problems. I may have to tear it back out and replace it. I've ordered all new fast steady bearings, waiting for those to come in. That's another project for another day. Thank you for watching, as always. Go out and enjoy a nice bash, guys.